Hey dolls, welcome to Coffee Cup Beauty. So today I'm going to be reviewing a very comfortable menstrual cup. So we're going to start with the Merula one size, right? I have every single color of these cups. That's how comfortable they are. But originally I couldn't get it to work for me. So I'm going to help troubleshoot you through that, right? On this Merula one size, I've left all of the tabs on versus some of the other cups that I have, which they are all cut off actually, right? Because I really don't need this at all for anything, to be honest with you. So let's deal with this one, right? It holds 38 milliliters of fluid, right? That's including clots. So for those of us who have a very heavy flow and we clot a lot, this would be a very great cup, right? But it's not often so easy to know how to get it to work for you. What I have found is I just fold the cup, right? And I insert the cup inside. As I'm inserting and filling around to find exactly where my cervix is and checking the rim to make sure this is open, right? I just make sure that my cervix sits directly inside of this cup. If you feel it, if the bulb is too, squished or whatever, just push it up a little more, and what you can do is just turn it and it definitely will pop open for you. However, then there's the Merula XL, right? This one is trimmed, of course. Yeah. Now, this one, of course, it isn't. I left the stem one. I use those during my high cervix days when I'm still bleeding extremely heavy, right? And it holds, I believe, 50 milliliters of blood, including the coagulated or, those clots that we get. So, one of the things about this cup, once it is inserted properly, I promise you, you will not leak at all. Now, if your cup is leaking, I guarantee you it is not placed in properly. I promise you that. You have to make sure that your cervix is inside the cup. You can do whatever method you want to, even if you wanted to do the punch down, it really doesn't matter. Just get the cup up inside of you, right? And then the same way you will feel around to make sure that this portion is open. Just push open like your walls. It's not really pushing open that wide. And trust me, especially for those of us who have babies and are sexually active, this is not that big. And if this is that big, then I'm gonna assume you're a teenager. Anyways, so this gives you total comfortability. It comes in various different colors, and it comes in 2 sizes, and it really does work. Now, what I travel with, right? So I have 2 cups that I use to keep these in, because I don't like plastic or lint bags, right? So here's a my cup, and you can turn around and you can just insert your cup. Okay, so once the cup is open, you'll see this little rack here, right? You see all of these holes? One of the things about it is your cup will literally dry, right? So I'm just going to show you the biggest cup, right? And so I'll just put that in here, and it fits. You just have to turn it. I'm not going to turn this. And another travel cup that I have for it, I'm going to take this and we're going to put it inside one of these containers, right? And I'm trying to do this holding like literally one hand. And it fits comfortably inside this, and this is from Rail. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, it holds my cups comfortably. So when you're traveling, right, you may wonder, well, So you may wonder, how do you keep it clean? Okay, so this is actually another one of the cases. I got this off of Amazon, okay? And I'll keep a cup inside of here, right? So when I have to change, which I never really have to change unless I'm out like for an extended period of time, I carry one of these wipes. This one is from Pixie, but you could get any brand. Or wipes. I don't use toilet tissue, so I always use wipes. You can rinse it out with that, right? Or you can invest in one of these. Now this is from my Cycle, and we'll talk about that at another time. And what you do with this is you'll just spray this, let it sit for like a few seconds, and then wipe the cup out, right? So the Merula cups do not have a suction in. So if you're going into, say you're at work or whatever, right, and you don't have a private stall, you can always get one of these cups. This right here is from Pixie. And what you'll do is you'll just walk in the bathroom after you wash your hands, right, and you'll just fill this up with water. And you'll take the cup and you'll place it inside the water, and you'll shake this cup up, of course with it closed, and it will cleanse it, okay? You dump the water along with your, remnants inside of the toilet, flush it. You can just reinsert your cup. I always travel with 2 cups because I just do. I'm extra in everything I do, so whatever. But that's besides the point. So here's another thing when it comes to it, right? Say you don't have any of the products that I just listed. You can always just have you a little 4-ounce bottle of water and just, cleanse it that way, unless you want to wipe it with tissue. The thing is with the Merula cups though, because they don't overflow, because it holds such a high capacity, you don't have to worry about the outside getting, being dirty. So you can literally just wipe it with tissue and cleanse it when you get home if you want to. So, like I said, one of the greatest parts about this is that it's like a lifesaver for us who have extremely, heavy cycles, right? It doesn't affect you. It doesn't make you lose. It doesn't do any of that. Now, because of the way that it is made, I actually would not recommend this cup for a virgin. And I'm just being honest with you. I just wouldn't. But they probably could get it in, but I wouldn't recommend it. There's other cups for that, and we'll talk about that at another time. So, you can have period freedom. Another thing about using a menstrual cup, for those who are into the environment, you get to save the sea, you get to save the landmines and all of that. Every month you don't have to go buy menstrual products. I believe I caught those on sale for $31 a piece. But don't quote me on it. But there's always some kind of sale that I notice. You can get this off of the MerulaUSA.com web if you're in the United States, like me. The cup is made in Germany. The company is they're really, really great. They're very, very active on social media. There is a Facebook group for the Merula cups. But like I said, for me, the way they said to do it, it didn't work for me. I had to put it in, and like I said, literally just turn around, take the cup, close it up, stick it up in me, and as I'm turning to check this, I'm also checking to make sure that my cervix is literally inside here. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody. If you need any help, if you got any questions, leave them for me, and I will definitely get back to you, and I will answer your questions. Okay, because I know a lot of people are new to this. Oh yeah, another thing that might help y'all. So, one thing I noticed, and a lot of people that I know that actually, we use cups, we've noticed that our cycle was literally reduced by a day. Some people 2 days, but for me it's just only 1 day. So now it's just 6 versus the 7. But either it was okay. It lowered my cramps, and ever since 1987, okay, I've always had uncontrollable cramps. I've always turned around and leaked and things and stuff like that. So when I tell you this is like the greatest thing. Here's another part, right? For those of us who are disabled, in a wheelchair and all of that, right? Or like my pelvis was shattered. So with my pelvis being shattered, I had 3 screws inducted into it. Okay, so that means that I do not completely get all feeling in my pelvis area, right? And it does kind of affect my cervix and all of that stuff, right? My cycle and everything. So I take great pleasure in knowing when I'm out and about, inside of, wheelchair, or now that I'm walking with a rollator, I notice that that's not a problem that I have to worry about once it gets full. It actually really never get completely full on me, because I don't do 8 and 10 hours. I change it like every 6 hours, and there's still room left, right? But you can go up to 10, 12 hours depending on how heavy your flow is. But if you know that you have a heavy flow, why try to be like people who don't try to go 12 hours. Maybe try 6 hours. And if you still have room, try 8 hours. Then try 10 hours. Then 12. I mean, I've kept this in me for 12 hours when I was asleep. And the medication that I am on, it makes me to sleep that long. So that's why. But other than that, I'm not keeping the cup in that long. It's a habit from decades of using a tampon, right? So what else can I tell you about this cup? Besides, I love it. This is one of my Goldilocks. I definitely have more, but this is definitely one of my Goldilocks cups. And I think you'll love it too. Have a great day.